I'm pretty excited about the product I'm going to be trying out today and reviewing for you. And this was a product that was requested a couple of times, and that is the Orange Marmalade by Ecoslay. If you're new here, hi, my name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience, and on this channel, I use those years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. So like I said, I'm going to be trying out the Orange Marmalade today. I did get a couple of other products from Ecoslay after looking at their website. There were a couple of things that caught my eye. I didn't grab the entire line. Not everything caught my eye the way that a couple of specific products did. So I will be trying this one out today. And I will also be trying out the Ecoslay Moonshine Hair and Body Oil. I'll be using this to scrunch out the crunch if there is any crunch after I've finished putting that in and showing you the results. And then I will be trying out the Jello shot, but not on this video. I was going back and forth between whether or not I was gonna do like a side-by-side comparison, but I think that this and the Orange Marmalade are such completely different products that this could warrant its own video, so that's what I'm going to do there. So there will be another video for this one coming in the future, but for right now we will be just looking at the Orange Marmalade. So as per usual, my hair is already shampooed. I use the Dot Nourishing Oil Cleansing Shampoo or Nourishing Cleansing Oil Shampoo. I'll put it down here in a little thing because I can't remember which way that it goes, and I can't remember if it's oil cleansing or cleansing oil. I think it's cleansing oil. So anyway, I use that shampoo, and then for the conditioner, I also used a Dot product. I used the Curl Quencher Moisturizing Conditioner, and then for my leave-in conditioner, I used my Curlsmith Oil and Cream leave-in conditioner. So the curl cream I'm going to be using today with the Orange Marmalade is going to be the Bounce Curl Avocado and Rose Oil Clump and Define Cream, and it is a curl cream that made it to one of my favorites. I really like this one, so I'm going to be using this and defining my hair, and then I'll put the Orange Marmalade in as I usually do after I have already defined my curls. And then as per usual, I will be showing you my wash day results along with my day 2 and day 3 results, where I do not do any refreshing of any sort, so that you can see how well these products hold up without any sort of interference. And well, by these products, for today's video, I basically mean the Orange Marmalade. So let's just get started. So now I have my hair sectioned out so I can apply my curl cream. And I typically do a section from ear to ear and then right around this middle part, and then I do the top, and then I'll do my brushing technique. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with a small amount here for this bottom section and get it nice and coated, applied. I absolutely love the smell of this. I love this curl cream, everything about it. It's just such a good curl cream. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and start my brush styling technique, and I just take vertical sections, and I actually brush from up underneath once I've smoothed it out, and I turn under and I trap my finger between my brush and, or I trap my hair between my finger and my brush to get tension. And the reason why I go under is because my hair curls in all different directions, and if I go either front or back, it'll do something kind of wonky and could potentially go against my hair's natural tendency, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing this all the way around my head, and I always brush my hair out at a 90-degree angle from my head. So like you see here for the very bottom, and then here it'll be out 90 degrees, and from the top it'll go straight up. So I am going to be finishing this up off camera just because it does take a very long time, and then I will be back to show you the application of the Orange Marmalade. So now that the curl cream is in and my hair is nicely defined and I have got some great clumping going on, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Orange Marmalade. And see, now this is like a really unexpected texture. I kind of expected it because I did watch some other videos, but it has a very light scent. It's not It does have an orangey smell, but it's a very, very faint, light orangey smell, which is kind of nice. Because even though I do like fragrances in my hair products, I don't like them to be really overwhelming. And let me just kind of move over here so I can see what I'm doing in my mirror. And it's got kind of a weird, slippery kind of feel to it. So that's weird. So I'm just sliding it over my hair and kind of scrunching it up in there, but I'm not really being aggressive about the scrunching. I'm just kind of cupping my hand and going up in really gently to help get that product up into my ends. So now that I've got that in, I'm gonna go ahead and diffuse, and hopefully it'll hold up during the diffusing process, and then I'll come back and show you what we've got. So now that my hair is dry, we can take a look at what we've got going on. This definitely does have quite a cast, and I do diffuse, so I love a good cast for holding up to the diffusing process so that I don't have to worry about it kicking up a whole lot of frizz while I am drying my hair. And this is definitely a really good cast. And then as you can see, I don't have like any frizz to speak of at this point in time. So now I'm going to use some of this oil to scrunch out the crunch, and I'll just put a little bit, and it's going to be kind of hard to show you without it running around. But I put just a small amount in the palm of my hand, just enough to coat my hands and then go over, and I'm going to do what I typically do, where I just run it over my hair and then use it to scrunch out the crunch. So here we have the results after scrunching, and it did kick up just a tiny amount of frizz, but hardly worth mentioning. And my hair feels amazingly soft. Like, that's the first thing that I notice, is just how soft it feels. And then look at these curls. They're nice and defined and shiny, and they look really good. And the only thing is that it doesn't seem to give me a whole lot of volume. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fluff a little bit. So now that I've given my hair a little bit of fluff, I've got a little bit more volume, and I'm really liking the way this is looking. I like how nice and soft my hair feels. It feels just, it's hard to describe how soft my hair feels right now, but it feels really, really soft. And so I think I really like the combination of the curl cream, the Bounce Curl cream that I used, and the Orange Marmalade. I like the smell of these products. I like that the Orange Marmalade was a really light orange scent. The Moonshine had a slightly stronger smell, and it has like a slight cinnamony smell because it does have some cinnamon in it, and it does smell pretty good, but it is a little bit on the strong side in comparison to the Orange Marmalade. So we'll just see how long that lasts. So now the Orange Marmalade, I've got a small container. So this is like $10, and then there's an 8-ounce container and then a 16-ounce container. I got the smaller container in this because anytime that a product has a smaller size, that's what I typically go for, just because I'm trying out so many products. I really don't want to buy a very large bottle of something knowing that I'll try it and then I'll be moving on to the next thing and probably won't get a chance to use up most or all of that product. And I definitely love when brands give that option and do like travel sizes or trial sizes for anybody. I mean, it's just a more economical way to try out a product instead of having to buy a whole big bottle and then finding out that your hair absolutely hates it, and then you're stuck with the whole bottle, especially when it's kind of a more expensive brand. It's really nice to be able to try a smaller size. The other reason for the smaller size is because these products are made fresh in the owner's kitchen, and they have a shelf life on them. They need to be kept in a cool, dark place or a fridge in order to keep them, from going off. So that's another reason for wanting to try a smaller size. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up for my wash day, and I will be back tomorrow to show you how well it held up. So I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, and let us take a look at day 2 here. So as you can see, I do have a little bit more frizz than yesterday. However, not too bad at all considering this is day 2 and I usually have a lot more. And I've got some nice shiny curls that are still really defined. And over here on this side. So, and I feel like my curls are holding up pretty well. So this is a pretty strong holding gel. The only things that I'm noticing are, like I mentioned before, I don't have a whole lot of volume, and I'll just go ahead and fluff my hair up so we can see if that changes. Of course, this is probably going to make it a little bit frizzy, but that's all right because volume. So fluffing it up definitely gave it a lot more volume, which makes me happy. I really like the volume, and it didn't really make it a whole lot frizzier or anything like that. So the only thing that I'm kind of noticing is that some of my looser curls are being a bit on the lazy side, but I think that's because I used so many products with moisture, because I wasn't sure where the Orange Marmalade would fall as far as moisturizing. It is a flaxseed gel and it does have aloe in it, and it did have some other oils in it, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be mostly holding or what it was going to do. So I did go and do a lot of moisturizing ingredients for that, and because a couple of the products that I tried a couple of videos ago, so the Marc Anthony curl cream with the OGX mousse, I think I remember mentioning on there that my hair felt a little bit drier on either day 2 or day 3. I think probably day 3. Now I got to probably day 5 before I washed, because I typically wash my hair every 3 to 5 days, 7 if I'm especially lazy. By the time I washed it, so probably somewhere around day 5, it was really, really, really dry. And it's actually taken me 2 wash days now to get it back to feeling pretty moisturized. My last wash day was my lazy hair routine, where I just used the Curlsmith weightless air dry cream with the flexi jelly. And then lots of moisturizing products for shampooing and conditioning and stuff there. So it's taken a little bit to get my hair back to being moisturized. So I can deal with less volume and some lazy curls because I have really nicely moisturized hair right now, and I'm loving the way that it feels. But overall, I'm really happy with the results that I got. I like the way that it makes my curls look, and I am actually liking the volume that I have on day 2 a little bit better than day 1. This is a gel that I'm probably going to be doing a lot of experimenting with and playing around, and I'm really looking forward to that, like mixing it with a bunch of other things and seeing how to just really make this shine and kind of work it into just other routines and playing around with it to either help with volume or to help other things that have not quite as much hold. I also really like the oil for scrunching out the crunch, and that could be something that could be reapplied to help with the little frizzies and smooth everything out. And there are other ways to use it as well. You can use it as a pre-poo treatment. You can use it on wet hair before you style. That's not typically how I like to use oils, but I may try that at some point. I may try it as a pre-poo at some point. I don't know. I don't really usually do pre-poo treatments with oils, but I'll give it a try and see how that works. But I do really like that. So I'm really looking forward to how this is going to perform and look tomorrow. So I am going to sign off for today, and I will see you tomorrow. Now that we're on day 3, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on. So I still have some decent shine and some really nice defined curls and clumps, and look at the frizz situation. So this is not a whole lot of frizz for day 3, much less day 3 in humidity. I keep talking about how I live in a really dry climate, and apparently Colorado weather has decided to just make me a complete liar, because it has been really rainy off and on for the past couple of weeks, and we've had actually some humidity even when it's not raining outside. So this actually is not just day 3 here, it is day 3 here with probably 2 days of rain and humidity, and this frizz should be a lot worse than what it is, considering all of those things together. So I'm pretty impressed with the frizz control. I'm really impressed with the hold too. I feel like most of my curls are holding up really well. I did mention before that some of my looser, lazier curls are kind of lazy, but I also mentioned that I used a lot of really heavy moisturizing products because my hair had gotten dried out. Too much moisture will kind of just cause it to kind of go and not curl up to its fullest potential. It'll basically make it lazy. So anyway, so that's what the issue is there, and my hair still feels really, really soft. And then I think I have a little bit more volume than what I did the other 2 days. I haven't really fluffed it up or anything like that, so let's just go ahead and give this a good fluff and see what we can get out of it. So yeah, that gave me a little bit more volume. And like I said, I'd like to try this with some mousses just to see what kind of volume I can get out of mixing mousses with this, with the Orange Marmalade. And the Orange Marmalade is kind of weird. It's got this weird texture, like I mentioned before. It's got some slip, it's creamy, and it has some properties of a cream and some properties of a gel. I really don't see it as being a single styler, at least not for most people. Maybe people with finer hair or lower density hair, that for them it might be more of a single styler, but for my type of hair, I really don't see it as being a good single styler. I'm probably always going to have to mix it with something else, but I do really, really like the hold that I got. Do I think this is the firmest hold gel I've ever tried? No, I don't think so. I think actually the Curlsmith InStyle Shower Fixer probably still takes the cake on that one. That is some powerful holding stuff, and it took me probably 3 tries at least in order to find a way to use it to really get the most out of it, to get the hold, but to keep it from being like in a stronghold cast for forever, or even like get kind of stringy, which it can tend to do because of just how holding it is. So that one was a little bit of a learning curve. This one is going to be an experiment and play around with it type of situation, just because it's kind of an oddball, and I really think that I can have a lot of fun experimenting with it and doing different things with it. And I might even at some point in time pair the Orange Marmalade with the Jello shot as well. So there's a lot of things that I can do with it here, but otherwise, yeah, I really do think this has got some decent hold, and it's keeping my clumps that were there in place. I do have some wonky bits here and there, but I really don't think that those would be all that difficult to fix. In fact, I know that they wouldn't, because when I was washing my face, I actually got my hair, a little section of my hair up here wet, and when it dried, it had reformed the hard hold cast that I had the first time, and it was just as much of a cast as it was when I freshly applied it, which is great news, because that makes refreshing your hair that much easier. You don't have to put any more products in it. You can just slightly wet down or dampen or use steam on your hair to reactivate that product, and it will form a cast. The steam might not form a cast, but putting some water back into it will. This is all around a really good product. Like I said, it's not the strongest holding, but I am really happy with the frizz control, and I kicked up a little bit of frizz when I fluffed it, which is, you know, that's pretty typical. But and then just to go over the ingredients really quick here. So the Orange Marmalade has it is flaxseed extract, agave nectar extract, pectin, aloe vera juice, marshmallow root extract, vitamin E, xanthan gum, Optifen Plus, and sweet orange essential oils. Tiny little print here, and I'm still in denial about needing reading glasses. This really needs to, like, I really need to break down and get myself some reading glasses, because this is starting to be ridiculous. I mean, I'm almost 50 now, so okay, it's 2 years away, but still. And the ingredients on the Moonshine is the jojoba oil, avocado oil, sweet almond oil, castor oil, cinnamon essential oil, lemongrass essential oil, sweet orange essential oil, and ginger essential oil. And then a word that I can't pronounce, capryl hydroxylate CG or GG. Put it up there real quick and maybe you can take a snapshot of that and read that for yourself because I probably completely butchered it. But anyway, so there is no coconut oil in here. There's no silicones. So if you're somebody who avoids silicones or if your hair doesn't do well with coconut oil, you don't have either of those in here. There is not any glycerin either. So it should really work well in humidity, which I think my hair has kind of shown. And like I said, this is day 3 and we've had humidity for the past 2-3 days and rain off and on. And I think it's actually not too frizzy at all considering the rainy day. And the hold is great. The shine is great. This is a really good product. I can understand the hype. The hype is not wrong. This is a really good product and I am really looking forward to trying it a bunch of different ways to make it shine even more because I think it has even more potential than what it's showing right here. So based on whatever I mix it with and things that I do with it, now that I've got a good feel for kind of what it does and what it doesn't do. So I will be doing some hair experiments and I'm going to try to, I'm really bad at my Instagram. Like I only post pictures on there and I have a couple of reels because you know what? I'm old and I can't figure it out. Okay, and I know that there are other people on there that are like my age and have it all figured out, but I don't. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. So I need to just start watching some videos or something and figuring out how to work the whole Instagram thing and maybe post my hair experiments with different product combinations on there. Originally, that's what I wanted to do, but I know not everybody has Instagram or wants to have Instagram and may want to see my experiments. So I'm trying to figure that out too. I don't want to do a full YouTube video for some hair experiments. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this review of the Ecoslay Orange Marmalade and the Moonshine. I really like both. I know I didn't talk about the Moonshine a whole heck of a lot. It's an oil. It's a really good oil. It's got really, really good ingredients and stuff in there, and it can be used for, like I said, smoothing. It can be used for a multitude of different things, and I find nothing wrong with it whatsoever. The smell doesn't linger very long at all, and neither does it linger with the Orange Marmalade. So these are really great products overall. I really enjoyed using them and I look forward to using them in the future and playing around with both of them. Hopefully you found this review helpful. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more content like this, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell while you're at it. And if there's anything that you'd like to see, any comments, any questions, go ahead and leave those down below in my comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.